tracks. Definition of us is passion that's deeper than lust. Honey, you're a masterpiece, strong and beautiful and so right for me. And never did I ever think I would be the man who lives in my dreams. Baby, I fall every time that I see your face. Nothing at all in this whole world that could take your place. Sweet melodies are all that I hear from the things you do in a night of love with you. Oh, with you.
Good evening and welcome. My name is Eunice Elliott. I'll be taking care of you tonight. And this is Alabama's Top Nurses 2020. We are ready to get started. Welcome to This is Alabama's Top Nurses. We are so glad everyone is here, both live as well as on Zoom. And we want to give a special shout out just to start the evening to all of the healthcare workers out there. I was very excited to be asked to be a part of this evening. My mom is a retired healthcare worker, and my favorite aunt is also a nurse. I'm just saying that because my other aunt is not here, so the one that's not a nurse. But tonight we are here to honor our healthcare heroes, and to do that and to help us do that are our incredible sponsors. So I'd like to take a moment to give a big shout out to them. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama, Coke Energy, Shipt, Huntsville Hospital Health System, UAB Medicine, and Mountain High Outfitters. Give it up for our sponsors. Also, thank you so much to Kahiri and Little Angels Memorial for providing all of the masks for the audience tonight. Now, obviously, normally we would all be together in one room with a photo wall, sharing our pictures with friends and family, but you can still do that with our Coke Energy virtual photo wall. So here is the link, and you can share your photos. Make sure you use the hashtag #AlabamaTopNurses so we can share them also through the This is Alabama Facebook and Instagram pages. All right, so now let's take a look at what all we're going to be doing tonight. First up, we're going to hear from the president of the Alabama State Nursing Association, Dr. Sarah Wilkinson Buckman. We're also going to hear from Donna Cardillo, the inspiration nurse. She's going to charge us up with her inspiring words and her humor. And, of course, we're going to meet and celebrate Alabama's top 10 nurses from all across the state. And we're also going to honor 3 nursing leaders who have inspired positive change in the nursing profession through education, advocacy, and leadership. But first, in June, This is Alabama partnered with the Alabama State Nursing Association to find Alabama's top nurses. We asked our audience to nominate the nurses that have really made a difference in their lives, and we received over 500 nominees from the shoals to the beach and everywhere in between. The ASNA, along with the Advisory Committee of Healthcare Leaders, chose the top 50 finalists and then the top 10 honorees. So we'll get to our top 10 a little bit later on in tonight's broadcast, but first, let's hear from the President and Executive Director of our partner, the Alabama State Nurses Association, Dr. Sarah Wilkinson Buckman.
Good evening. I hope you don't mind that I put my glasses on. I have found that as I get older, my arms are not quite long enough, so eventually I'll have to do something about that too. My esteemed colleagues, the Alabama Media Group, our sponsors, and all of our guests, whether here in the live audience tonight or at home watching, 2020 has certainly tested our strength, our courage, and our tenacity. But I'm not here tonight to focus on the COVID-19 pandemic, but rather the presence of nursing, which is always on the forefront. The nursing profession, you see, has a history of being first. Nurses have been first on the scene to care for the injured, first on the scene to care for the sick, and often the first to lay hands on a patient before the physician ever arrives. First on the scene to provide valuable research to ultimately change not just nursing practice, but healthcare as a whole. With so many firsts, it's no wonder that nursing remains the most trusted profession in this country for 18 years in a row. That's saying a lot. I have never been more proud to be a nurse as I am right now. The COVID-19 pandemic has certainly devastated society and drained our resources in so many aspects. The images of exhausted nurses wearing PPE for hours on end while caring for the sick and dying certainly has brought tears to my eyes, as I know it has yours. But these same images made my heart swell with pride. The research of one of our own Alabama nurses has been instrumental in bringing the dangers of e-cigs to light and has influenced the public messaging on these hidden dangers. Nursing educators have reinvented the delivery of nursing education so that Alabama can be ensured of the future of nursing. Nurses on the forefront, but that's what we do. We lead the charge, and we remain steadfast in the mission regardless of how bad the circumstances get. At 107 years of age, the Alabama State Nurses Association's mission is to promote this kind of excellence in nursing. We represent over 100,000 nurses in the state of Alabama, and we have remained steadfast as an association to support these nurses through outreach, education, advocacy, and unity. While representing over 100,000 nurses regardless of their specialty of practice, whether it's nurse practitioner, orthopedic nurse, ER nurse, critical care nurse, home health nurse, school nurse, and the list goes on because there are many specialties, and that is the beauty of nursing. But regardless of the specialty, it's no wonder that Alabama Media Group asked the Alabama State Nurses Association to make those final selections, those selections of the outstanding individuals we are here tonight to honor at this awards presentation. It is my privilege at this time to turn the podium over to our Executive Director. So I appreciate your attention and your time. And I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you tonight on behalf of Alabama's nurses. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sarah Wilkinson Buckman. So the next person we're going to hear from was a surprise to me. When they asked me to do this event a few months ago, I said yes, really no questions asked. And then I came to rehearsal yesterday, and they had added this person. And I was like, it's in my contract, I never work with this guy. One of us has to go. But he actually is one of my best friends. I love him dearly. Noah Galloway. He's a native of Birmingham, and his story is truly the personification of resilience. He joined the military after the 9/11 terror attacks and lost 2 limbs after an IED attack during Operation Iraqi Freedom. After losing major portions of his left leg and left arm, he began an incredible journey to mental and physical wellness. And you've probably seen him on Dancing with the Stars or on Men's Health magazine or even winning the debut season of Fox's American Grit. If you're a member of the Y, you've seen him be my trainer and walk in with an extra leg. He did that. Walked around with an extra leg in his hand, guys. A running leg. But tonight, he joins us by a pre-recorded video to share his appreciation for Alabama's nurses and what nurses have meant to him in his recovery.
Good evening. I'm sorry that we're not all together right now in these tough times, but I'm honored that the Alabama Nursing Association asked me to be part of it, because I'll be honest, you men and women that are nurses hold a special place in my heart. When I was injured in Iraq in 2005, I don't remember the explosion, the injury, the medics, being at a hospital in Baghdad, being transferred to Germany. But I do remember vaguely the transition from Germany to Walter Reed Army Medical Center in DC. I remember it because there were 3 flight medics that were there taking care of me. And when I say taking care of me, yes, they were making sure I was staying alive and had everything I needed, but they were warming my heart. They made me feel safe and secure. I didn't know where I was, what was going on, but I knew I felt safe. And that continued when I got to Walter Reed Army Medical Center, and the nurses there that were with me day and night, making sure that I was comfortable, taken care of. Physicians are incredibly important, but you nurses, you carry a lot of the load. And I've seen that. I know that, because you're doing your job, you're saving lives, you're taking care of us, but we need you to also care for us. Because, you know, as I say that, I think of a quote from Maya Angelou that is, people forget what you say, they'll forget what you do, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And looking back on that horrible experience of being injured, I am warmed by the thought of men and women that were taking care of me and my brothers and sisters as we were in the hospital. And that is what you do. Of course, I'm talking to the top nurses. You know, you are leading the way amongst your peers. That's why you're being honored tonight. And I challenge you to not just accept this award as something that says, hey, good job, but to challenge you to go on and continue to lead from the front and to really push others that are around you to strive to be the best they can be, and to never forget that it's easy to get complacent as a nurse and the day in and day out. It's been tough, extremely tough for all of you. I know it has, but remember to care and love for those of us that are laying in those rooms, because we need it. We're scared. We don't know what's going on, and you're the ones that comfort us. And for that, I thank you. So I hope that all of you take this moment as something to realize you are the best at what you do, and you're going to be the ones that are going to inspire other men and women to continue to pass on that love and care that we need. And from a patient standpoint, I'm going to speak for every patient you've ever had. Thank you. We may never meet, we may never see each other, but the feeling is there, the love is there. We need you, and we need you to know how important you are. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Noah Galloway, for that. All right, we are just getting started, folks. We're going to take a short break, and then we're going to come back and hear from tonight's keynote speaker, the inspirational nurse, Donna Cardillo. And then, of course, later we're going to honor Alabama's top nurses. But first, we have some shout-outs from some of the nurses watching tonight's live feed. So stay tuned.
Congratulations, Nancy. We love you. Congratulations, Nancy. We're so proud of you.
Thank you. Oh.
You got this.
Whoa, I don't got this.
Yes, mind over matter.
I've always loved Southern cooking, but it isn't always the healthiest. Then I came across some healthy recipes and fitness tips from Blue Cross that have helped ever since I was diagnosed pre-diabetic. Now I'm putting my health and the health of my family.
Hey, what's up? Shout out to all of the nurses at the big award ceremony there in Alabama for the top nurses. Congratulations on you for being recognized in your honor. Of course, you guys have been through something that most of the other people in their normal jobs haven't had to deal with this year with the COVID, and your dedication to your jobs, being there on the front line, being able to have the compassion and the professionalism to be able to help people when they are at their lowest, when they believe that they have no control over their situation, be it just coming in for any kind of injury or damages. You guys are the front line. Nurses do it. And of course, me, dealing with my mother passing from cancer a few years back, the nurses who took care of her were the first people that would come in, talk to me, make sure that I understood everything that was going on with my mother, showed a great deal of compassion and kindness. And that's what's needed when you are dealing with any of these things, a personal experience or dealing with a family member. So we celebrate you guys tonight. Congratulations to all of you. God bless. Keep doing your jobs. And, salute for just being recognized. All right? I'll holler.
Thank you so much, the entertainer. And again, for all of you here, as well as those joining us from Zoom, don't forget to post your photos on the photo wall. That's the link to the virtual wall, and make sure you use the hashtag Alabama Top Nurses so we can steal your photos for our page. Nice. All right. Donna Cardillo, known as the Inspiration Nurse, travels the world helping nurses to be happy in their careers and to reach their full potential. She is fiercely passionate about nursing and just life in general. Donna is the original Dear Donna columnist at nurses.com, a fellow in the American Academy of Nursing, and a certified speaking professional. And she's one of only 25 nurses in the world with that designation. So please welcome Donna Cardillo.
Hey everybody, nursing, the greatest profession on the planet. Why do I say that? Because for all the years I've been in this profession, there's not one day that I've ever been bored, didn't learn something new, or didn't know that I was making a positive difference in the world. Nursing is the most diverse profession on the planet. It will take you literally anywhere you want to go. It's a profession where we use both our heart and our head every day. It's high tech and it's high touch. We are healers, we are teachers, we are nurturers. And healing takes place on many different levels. Healing of the mind, the body, the spirit. The world needs a lot of healing right now. There are many ways and places to make a difference. I am so excited to be part of this award ceremony this year. Why? First of all, I love nursing award ceremonies. It's a celebration of all that we do. It's also an opportunity to step back and reflect on why we got into nursing in the first place. It's also an opportunity for all of us to be inspired to work to our highest potential. And when the spotlight is on one nurse, it's on all of us. This also happens to be the year of the nurse and the midwife. And who could have ever imagined that the spotlight would be on nurses this year for the reasons that it is? And so we want to use that opportunity to stay front of mind with people in the media, with politicians, with healthcare administrators, with the public, and so on. Why? So that we can continue to do what we do in an even expanded and more empowered way going forward. So one way to do that is to use pro-nursing language when we speak about ourselves. So, because there's power in words. When someone says to you, "What do you do?" please don't ever say, "I'm a floor nurse." Because when someone says to me they're a floor nurse, that always makes me want to look down. And if you come to New Jersey, my home state, there is a man here who refinishes floors, who calls himself the floor doctor. So if you come to New Jersey and say you're the floor nurse or a floor nurse, don't be surprised if someone asks you to come to their house and give them an estimate. I'm just saying. So instead, say, "I am a registered nurse," or "I am a licensed practical nurse." But it's always good to tell people what you do, not just that I'm a nurse. And rather than saying I work in tele or med surg or NICU, which is industry language and not something that everybody understands, you want to say it in plain language, but then a little bit of a description. So for example, I'm a registered nurse. I work in a neonatal intensive care unit. That means I work with premature infants and newborns who are critically ill. You see the difference? It's clear, it's descriptive, conveys the significance of what we do. Very important. Please don't ever say, "I'm just a nurse. I'm only an RN. I'm just an LPN." You make people feel sorry for you. And one of these days, don't be surprised if you say, "I'm just an RN," and someone says to you, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Where should I send the fruit basket?" People often say to me when they hear that I'm a nurse, "Oh, nurses work so hard." And I'm like, "Oh gosh, tiresome." I don't say that. I don't roll my eyes or shake my head at all. But what I do say to them, because I've been asked that, or I've heard that comment so many times, I say, yes, it is hard work saving lives, easing pain and suffering, and tending to the health and well-being of the planet. There's an answer for you. And the next time someone says to you, and this is a question that every nurse has heard, "Gee, you're so intelligent. Why didn't you become a doctor?" Now, you could say to them, "Well, I have considered getting my doctoral degree in nursing," but of course that's not what they mean. So here's what I say. I say, "Oh, it's precisely because I'm so intelligent that I chose nursing as a profession." Good one, huh? But that's not it. I follow it up with this. Nursing and medicine are two entirely different career paths. I chose nursing because it puts me in closer proximity to the people I serve, where I believe I can do the most good. That gets them every time. I want to congratulate all of the awardees and the nominees tonight, but I also want to express a heartfelt thanks to every nurse who steps up to the plate every day, who does the hard work that needs to be done, and does it with great compassion, with intelligence, with skill and finesse. You do make a difference. In fact, all the difference in the world. Love you all. Nurse power.
Thank you so much to Donna Cardillo. We should start calling her the clapback nurse, right? If they say this, you say that. We learned that lesson of never say you're just a nurse, never say you're just a anything. Remember when she said that, you know who I thought of who used to always say they were just? Remember Bill? I'm just a Bill, just a regular Bill. Sitting on Capitol Hill. Bills are important too. Thank you, Donna. All right, when we come back, we're going to introduce you to Alabama's top nurses. But first, here are some more shout outs from some of the nurses watching tonight's live feed. So make sure you do not go anywhere.
PBH wants to congratulate Alabama's top nurses. Thank you for all that you do.
Congratulations!
Hi, my name is Chris Haskins. I'm the nurse manager of USA Health's Arnold Luderman Regional Burn Center and the COVID unit. And I just want to take the time to thank all the nurses out there for all the great work they've done during the COVID pandemic. And we just appreciate everything that you've done.
We were built for this, to protect and persevere, to help and to heal, to provide care that's as strong as this community. With steadfast dedication and hearts of gold, no matter what life throws at us, we've got you covered. And we'll do whatever it takes to get you back to what matters most: your life. DCH, champions for your health.
Up to everyone at Alabama's Top Nurses Award Ceremony. It's Nurse Blake, and since this is a fancy award ceremony, I got a microphone so I can make this very important announcement. I just wanted to thank you and show my appreciation for every single one of you and to all the nurses in Alabama. As we all know, nurses are the real heroes, and award events like this are so important because this is our chance to celebrate one another, celebrate our profession, and the awesome work that all of you do out in the community caring for your patients and their families. So huge congrats to everyone, especially Alabama's top nurses. Now, I don't live in Alabama, but if you want to send me an award, my address is in Lake Mary, Florida, and I will definitely be waiting for it.
Thanks so much to Nurse Blake. We love his videos, and welcome back. So now is the time that we've all been waiting for. It is time to honor our healthcare heroes, those special nurses that were chosen out of over 500 nominees to be recognized as Alabama's Top Nurses 2020. In June, This Is Alabama, in partnership with the Alabama State Nurses Association, put out a call for Alabamians to nominate nurses who had made such a big difference in their lives. In this segment of the show, we're going to award our first 5 top nurses. And again, we want to thank our friends from ASNA to help us hand out the awards. Also, with the support of our sponsor, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama, we have this very special video to help us get to know these special heroes.
How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
How are you today?
I'm good, and yourself?
How are you?
I am good, how about you?
How are you?
I'm back in action with a whole bunch of Zoom meetings, so.
When we set out to find Alabama's top nurses, we knew we'd get some pretty great candidates, but we didn't know just how amazing they would be. Y'all nominated hundreds of nurses from across the state and then voted on your top 10. My name is Blake Hudson, and I had the absolute pleasure of speaking with these nurses, and I can't wait for you guys to hear what they have to say about their incredibly inspiring profession.
So tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do.
My name is Frederick Richardson.
Kelly Gotton. Kristen Crawford. Leah Marshall.
I'm Matthew Davidson.
Michelle Crum.
Roslana Gray.
Susan Bryce.
Terry Poe.
I'm Tracy Harper.
Currently, I work as a mental health nurse as well as a school nurse.
I am a registered nurse. I work in nursery and postpartum.
I'm the charge nurse in the emergency department.
I am a LPN wound care nurse.
The nursing chair at Reed State College.
I am the chief nursing officer at Crestwood
Medical Center.
I'm the Chief Nursing Officer at UAB Hospital.
I work in the MICU. I'm a staff nurse on our med-surg floor.
I work as an ER nurse and loving it every single day.
So tell me how long you've been in the nursing world.
I've been in healthcare for over 10 years, but I decided to transition 3 years ago into being a registered nurse.
Well, I've actually been in the healthcare field for, since I was 18 years old. I actually was in the military, so whatever the math is.
I've been in nursing for 22 years now.
Well, I've been a nurse for a very long time. I've been a nurse for 35 years, and I have been the Chief Nursing Officer for about 4 years.
So I've been in healthcare since 1986 when I graduated from nursing school from here at UAB.
So tell me what or who inspired you to be a nurse?
So it's just my passion and my heart for people. I just love people everywhere that I go.
Originally, didn't want to be a nurse, wanted to be a pharmacist. That was my goal in life. Amazed me how one person can change the atmosphere of everybody with just a smile and, hey, how are you doing today? And so that was the one thing that turned me toward nursing away from pharmacy.
Okay, so actually my mother is a nurse.
Actually, my mother and her mother and her mother.
My mom is a nurse, and she is an excellent role model. My grandmother was my first inspiration.
Through inspiration of my mom. She was a single parent. When I was 9, my dad passed away of a heart attack. I just felt a calling to help people do what I could do.
Wonderful.
So a long line of nurses.
Tell me about why nursing is so important to you personally.
This has given me not only a career, but a husband and a family and a wonderful friends, lots of people, lots of good people to know.
It's just the caring part.
I enjoy educating people, educating them on the experience they're going through, whether it's having a baby or going in for heart surgery or whatever you're going through at that moment, to be the person to say it's going to be okay. I'm going to walk you through this and I'm going to explain it to you in a way that you understand.
Nursing explains the nature of human beings and their relationship with their environment, their relationship with us, the relationship with others.
When you interact with a patient, you never know what they're going through. And a lot of times they're at their darkest moments of their life. When I'm able to come into their life and, if possible, heal them, if possible, have them leave better than the way they came, I feel like that makes all the difference for me as a nurse.
On a broader scale, why do you think that good nurses are so important for Alabama's communities?
I know at our hospital, we have such great nurses that take such good care of the patients, and even in the community, they're out being part of the community, not just working in that one place.
It's good to have a strong nurse, even in your community. You have an elderly person in the community that cannot get that home health, or they just need someone to stop in and observe, am I doing this right? It gives the community or that person or that family some sense of security that, if I do get in a bind, it's somebody that I can call.
Unmute your applause. Thanks to our sponsorship and Mountain High Outfitters, our top 10 nurses will receive a free 1-year shipped membership as well as a $100 credit. After looking at these ship commercials, I'm excited, fresh fish. And from Mountain High Outfitters, a free pair of Hoka shoes. All right? Thanks so much to our sponsors. And now let's bring up our first 5. And as I call your name, please come up to receive your award. Dr. Terry L. Poe, Chief Nursing Officer at UAB here in Birmingham. Dr. Poe says one of the most memorable events of her career was after the F5 tornado hit Birmingham in 2011. She said it was the greatest display of teamwork she'd ever seen and knew that her career had taken her to the right place. We agree with you, Dr. Poe. Congratulations. Dr. Roslana Armstrong Gray, Chair of the Health Careers Division at Reed State Technical College in Evergreen. She says she learned to endure, persevere, to have compassion, and to be empathetic. In order to feel the heart of those you care for, you have to go and meet them right where they are. Meet them and love them in the midst of their human suffering. Congratulations to you, Dr. Gray. Our next top nurse is Kristen Crawford, lead nurse for the Bullitt County Board of Education and RN at Bullitt County Hospital in Union Springs. The most rewarding part about being a nurse for Kristen is seeing a patient discharged and just knowing that they are much better than when they came, and that she was a part of what made that change come about. Congratulations to you, Kristen. Our next top nurse honoree is Kelly Guyton, medical surgical nurse at Northwest Medical Center in Winfield. Kelly was a kidney and cardiac transplant patient in and out of hospitals all of her life, and now she is on the other side. She says she can see through eyes of compassion and understanding no matter the situation. That is such an inspiring story. Thank you so much, Kelly, and congratulations. Our next honoree is Lee Marshall, floor nursery and postpartum nurse at Mobile's Infirmary Hospital. Lee was inspired to become a nurse by her mom, who served as a nurse for many years. Her mom's work stories inspired her and made her want to follow in her footsteps. Congratulations to you, Lee. Okay, congratulations again to our first group of top nurses. We're going to take another short break, and when we come back, we'll meet the rest of tonight's honorees. And then later, we will announce the winners of the 3 Achievement Awards. As selecting our top 10 honorees and finalists from over 500 nominations took a lot of hard work, and we want to thank our advisory committee for all of their help as we go to break. So make sure you stay tuned and watch out for more shout outs from our viewers from this great bunch of honorees.
Congratulations, Mamo. I'm so proud of you and this incredible achievement. I love you so, so much.
Hi, Mom. Congratulations. We wish we could be there to celebrate with you. We love you so much.
Congratulations. We are so proud of you. It couldn't happen to a better lady.
How's it going? It's Lance Bass, and congratulations to Alabama's top nurses. It speaks volumes that your family, colleagues, and patients felt so strongly about your passion for nursing to nominate you for this amazing award. And you were selected from over 500 nominations, all of which were all incredible. So congratulations, well deserved.
Thank you so much, Lance Bass. I don't know if y'all realize he's from NSYNC. Now, I don't know if I was supposed to say this, but originally we were gonna have an NSYNC reunion for you guys tonight, but COVID. I have become the best friend and family member because I call and tell people what I was going to do for him. But COVID. I have been amazing. I have. But, all right, now let's get back to honoring the rest of our top nurses honorees. Here they are in our Meet the Nurses video, sponsored by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama.
Thanks, Eunice. Now let's hear a few more touching stories from our nurses about compassion, sacrifice, and putting their communities first.
What do you feel the most rewarding part is about your job?
The most rewarding part of being a nurse is seeing the positive outcomes that can come from, hard work, usually teamwork.
Every once in a while, I've gone into a patient's room and they're like, yeah, you were my nurse the last time and you were so nice about helping with the breastfeeding and you said it was going to be okay and it was. And then you're kind of just taken aback because you don't realize like the impact that you think somebody's going to remember you. You're taken aback, I guess it is. And that's when you're kind of like, okay, I did my job and I did it well. So
the healing process, you don't always have it, but when you can have a resident or a family member truly appreciate the work, the time and the effort that you put in to do your best, and when you can get them to understand that and they know you've done your best and you know you put your all in to do what you can do, that's the most rewarding to me.
Do you have any stories that you want to talk about or any experiences that you want to share from your years of nursing?
The stories, you just wouldn't believe it. It makes me want to cry, actually. There's one patient that I am specifically thinking about that we took care of. He was in our hospital from April to June. He coded a few times. He was on the ventilator in our unit for 41 days. I remember his wife called and she told me that they came every day. She and her daughter came every day to pray for him. And I said, do you know where his room is? And so I said, I'm going to put a big heart up in the window. And so we put a big heart up there and they would come and you could see them standing down there praying for him every day. But that man made it out of the hospital. And then we were there to see him get wheeled out of the hospital and put in his car. And a month later, his wife sent me a video of him cutting grass on his riding lawnmower at their house. So that's why we do what we do. That is makes it all worthwhile. The days you think they're not going to make it, why am I doing this? That makes it worthwhile.
When all is said and done, what legacy do you want to leave?
I want patients to be cared for by nurses that are knowledgeable and are compassionate and are supposed to be there to take care of them and want to be there to take care of them.
I would want people to say that I was a listening leader, is supporting the efforts so that our staff at the patient care level feel empowered to make suggestions and answer questions and know that we support them all the way up through the administrative lines.
I think just compassion for each other, the love one another, like Jesus said. We should love one another as ourselves.
I just want a patient to know that I care. I really do. I really am concerned about your welfare. I really am concerned about what's going to happen to you when you go home. I really am concerned about what's going to happen to you in 10 years if you don't take your medication. So I just care, and I just want them to know that I care.
Sometimes the path that we take is not the path that everyone takes. It may be a little rocky. It may take some detours, but if we work hard enough, we can still end up where we want to be.
They know that when Nurse Crum was here, Nurse Crum made sure that what she said that she was going to do for that day, she accomplished that day.
I just hope that I have made each day that I go to MICU a little better, that I've made a difference in somebody's life. I just hope that they have seen Christ in me every day, and that gives them hope for eternity.
I want to be a team player. I want everyone to stay healthy and safe, and I want to make sure we're do no harm, I guess is what it is, and we're going to do our best, and we're all going to walk out and do it again.
And now, let's bring up our remaining nominees and award winners. And as I call your name, please come to receive your award. And a special thanks to Katina Brown of Ascension Health Providers for helping to hand out the awards. Susan Bryce, Chief Nursing Officer at Crestwood Medical Center in Huntsville. Susan comes from a long line of nurses, beginning with her great-grandmother. She says she is happiest when a nurse feels successful, mentoring them and watching them fall in love with their profession. Thank you so much for your passion and for your inspiration, and congratulations to you, Susan. Matthew Davidson, charge nurse in the emergency department at Walker Baptist Medical Center in Jasper. Matthew believes God drew him to the career of nursing, giving him the gifts that he needs to care for his patients. One of the most rewarding experiences is seeing his patients' recovery. Congratulations to you, Matthew. Our next honoree is not here present with us. That is Tracy Harper, Medical Intensive Care Unit Nurse at Baptist Medical Center South in Montgomery. Tracy was inspired by her mom to become a nurse, and during the pandemic, she cared for a patient on a ventilator for 40 days. Seeing his recovery and celebrating his return to life was one of the most rewarding moments of her career. She couldn't be with us tonight, but we do send her our congratulations. Another nurse that could not be with us tonight is Michelle Kidd Crum, wound care nurse at Ball Healthcare Twin Oaks in Mobile. Michelle says the pandemic will be unforgettable because she was one of the many healthcare workers who became infected while caring for COVID-19 patients. Her inspiration for serving and caregiving came from her grandmother, who helped her develop a love for helping people. And again, Michelle couldn't be with us tonight, but congratulations to Michelle. Frederick Richardson, nurse at Huntsville Health System in Madison. Frederick was inspired to go into nursing by the nurses that cared for him when he had a leg injury and was unable to walk for months. His rays of sunshine were the nurses that cared for him and helped him to walk again. Congratulations and thank you for all you do, Frederick. So give it up again for all of our top nurses here in Alabama. So we're going to take another short break, and when we come back, we will announce the 3 achievement awards: Nurse Executive Leadership, Nurse Educator Award, and the Advocacy in Action Award. So make sure you stay tuned and watch more selfie shout-outs from our viewers for This is Alabama's Top Nurses.
I'm Dr. Lonnie Burnett, President of the University of Mobile. Congratulations to Dr. Sarah Witherspoon. We're so proud of you as our Dean of Nursing for this award. Also, thanks to our many nursing and our nursing students, our graduates in the community. Thank you for all you do for us.
Whether you're a NICU nurse here in Alabama or a COVID nurse in New York City, we are all feeling the effects of the coronavirus. No matter what field you work in, now is the time for us all to come together and support one another. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to every single nurse that goes in each day with their heart full and ready to take care of others.
We were built for this, to protect and persevere, to help and to heal, to provide care that's as strong as this community. With steadfast dedication and hearts of gold, no matter what life throws at us, we've got you covered. And we'll do whatever it takes to get you back to what matters most: your life. DCH, champions for your health.
I've always loved Southern cooking, but it isn't always the healthiest. Then I came across some healthy recipes and fitness tips from Blue Cross that have helped ever since I was diagnosed pre-diabetic. Now I'm putting my health and the health of my family first.
Welcome back. All nurses are leaders, no matter what their position or department, but some have risen to positions that have influenced their position, their profession, and their peers, inspiring them to reach higher and grow taller and change lives. Tonight's special award recipients were nominated by the healthcare leaders from our advisory committee and were chosen by the officers of the Alabama State Nursing Association. We have one of our winners here this evening, but I still want to acknowledge and honor all of the winners this evening. Also, we want to thank our advisory committee members for helping to hand out, it says these awards, but this award. Lori Summers from DCH Health System and Pam Hudson from Crestwood Medical Center. So our first award is the Nurse Executive Leadership Award, given to a senior leader who demonstrates exceptional leadership, guidance, and service to their organization and the nursing profession. And the winner of this prestigious award is Andrew Lohr.
Good evening, and thank you so much to the Alabama Media Group for recognizing me for this amazing award. I am so honored and proud to be in the role that I'm in, which has been my most challenging to date, but also my most rewarding, to serve the children and families of Alabama and the nursing workforce that is providing services to them. It's awards like these that kind of fill my bucket and help me keep going, and so I want you to know how much it's appreciated by me, and I am truly honored by this recognition. Thank you.
Congratulations again to Dr. Lohr. Our second award is the Nurse Educator Award. This distinction is reserved for the nurse whose outstanding accomplishments in education, research, or training is recognized as outstanding and impactful by individuals and healthcare leaders. Tonight, we give this award to Dr. Sarah Barnes Witherspoon. Dr. Witherspoon could not join us in person, but she did send us this video.
Hello, I'm Dr. Sarah Barnes Witherspoon. I'm the Dean of Nursing for the University of Mobile in the beautiful city of Mobile, Alabama. I am humbled and honored by this award. I want to thank everyone who played a role in this ceremony. Now I will address the questions that were posed to me. What I've learned in the profession, what I've learned in working in the profession over the past 46 years, well, I've learned that in the nursing profession, each area of nursing is different and comes with different terminology and different skill sets. But the constants in all area of nursing is therapeutic communication, the nursing process, evidence-based practice, and technology. Those areas are constant in every nursing area. The next question says that you said that you have a talent of reading people. This is a mug that my students gave me. It says, "Keep talking, I'm diagnosing you." Now that's beyond my scope of practice. I am not able to diagnose people, but I can read people pretty good. For example, if you have a student that has been passing all of their exams, and then all of a sudden their grades plummet to failing, you know something is wrong. You may not know what it is, what the context is, and that doesn't matter, but you know something is wrong. It is my job as a mentor to go to that student to see what is wrong and see how I can be of service to them. And then I will direct them to student services for additional services. The next question says, talk about a moment, an aha moment in my career and that aha moment that I see in my students. The aha moment that I see in my students is when you're talking about different concepts in the classroom, and all of a sudden their face lighten up and the eyes start glistening. Okay, they got it. That's the aha moment for them. And they come and tell me after class, I finally understand what you're talking about. And that's always a wonderful feeling. My personal aha moment is always technology. As I said, technology is ever changing. So when I'm able to successfully and effectively navigate through technology, that is always a aha and thank you Jesus moment for me. Now I thank you for this moment, I thank you for this time, and again I thank you for the ceremony, and you all have a blessed evening. Thank you so much.
Congratulations again to Dr. Sarah Barnes Witherspoon. I just had an aha moment, like just now. Did y'all hear it? Okay, you was quiet. But I just remembered why I never wear these shoes. Our final award is the Advocacy in Action Award, and this award is reserved for the nurse who embraces the role of advocate and makes significant contributions to the healthcare profession, the community, or health policy arena. And tonight's honoree is here. That is Joyce Thomas. Joyce? Yes, yes. Give it up for Joyce. So we're going to give you your award, but first we're going to have a little chat with you.
Okay.
So you have been in the healthcare industry for 33 years. What have you seen change the most in the industry?
Well, I would say that it's been technology. You know, we now have electronic medical records, we have smartphones, telemedicine. We have come a long way from pen and paper charts into what we have today.
Working on the front lines of this global pandemic, and you actually have a background in disaster relief and crisis, what have you learned from this particular crisis that you think will help you in future crises?
Well, I think we need to think big. We need to be resilient. We also need to plan for when we have lack of pharmaceuticals coming in, when it has affected our supply chain, or we have a lack in workforce, which is what we're having now. So we need to continue building on that and be more resilient.
So how do you keep people encouraged in times of crisis?
Well, I think let them know what the mission is, and we've got to reach that goal. Keep them motivated, give them the most honest and most important information at that time. You know, just keep them engaged. Laugh a lot. It keeps you from crying.
Don't I know it? Congratulations again to Joyce Thomas.
Thank
We're
you.
going to give you your award and have some photos. Joyce mentioned technology in healthcare, and I'm always amazed that they still have that scale, that they play with you and do that thing, you know? I'm like, go ahead and move the big one, ma'am. Don't. Okay, that includes all of our awards for the evening. Again, we want to congratulate all of our top nurses in Alabama 2020 honorees. It has been an absolute pleasure to be here with you all tonight and to honor all of the wonderful healthcare heroes. Thank you to this is Alabama's top nurses and the nurses all across the state who selflessly care for us, our children, and our loved ones. Now, we all know that the pandemic has been an extremely challenging time, and all of you have risen to the occasion, but you are here for us every day, pandemic or not, to keep us safe and help us heal. And for that, we truly thank you for your service, your kindness, and your caring. So, of course, we could not have had This is Alabama's Top Nurses without the support of our sponsors. So again, thank you to them, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama, Coke Energy, Shipt, Huntsville Hospital Health System, UAB Medicine, and Mountain High Outfitters. It has been my pleasure to be here with you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Please get home safe, have a great evening, and take care.
If you got some time, yeah. Your sister told me you dumped that dude. Don't mind me, but I find that good news. And my mama keep telling me you're the one. I can't lie, I don't think she's wrong. Forget the others, I know who you are. Cannot forget you. You're my all-time love. They're just distractions. You're the best part